Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Udupa, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about the small case review. Now, what is the small case review? For all the people who don't know, last month we had initiated a new small case as a social experiment. It was a 50,000 rupees small case that we're going to track for a period of 1 year, okay? And whatever the returns, losses, everything we will track, hopefully to beat the benchmark index over a period of 1 year. Now, since the last month, a lot of things have happened. What has happened majorly that the markets have corrected globally and locally, the markets have corrected a lot, right? Now, because the markets have corrected a lot, obviously your portfolio is also not going to be green. The portfolio also went in red. Now, because the portfolio went in red, a lot of people started panicking. A lot of people said, oh my God, the portfolio is down by 10%, it's gone down by 12%, and a lot of panic was happening. Again, the social experiment here is that I am going to keep this for 1 year. Now, if you zoom out and look at everything from a 1 year perspective, this small blip in the radar is fine. It is an opportunity to average or accumulate right now. But if you look at it from a long span of things, it is completely alright, it's completely okay. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, without wasting any more time, we're going to quickly jump into that small case. We're going to look at what are the stocks that we need to add or we need to remove. Let's look at just a basic overview of it. And for all the people who are light-hearted or for all the people who don't want this stress in life or who don't want so much anxiety when it goes up and goes down and everyday markets crashing, then I'll tell you another small case which you can invest, which I think most of you already know, but I'll tell you which you can invest in as well, okay? So let's quickly get into the meat of the content. Now first, let's look at what's happening from a global point of view, right? So if you look at Sensex, it has been obviously on a negative spree from the last 1 month. And if you look at how much it has actually corrected in the last 1 month, it has corrected quite a bit. From its high of 60,000, it has gone down to almost 13.39% to 52,600. Now it's trading at 54,200 with a slight pullback that has happened. This is from the last 1 month, right? From April 5th to May 15th. 45 days में इतना सब कुछ हो गया है. Now obviously 45 days में when so many things happen, your bank nifty is also going to look the same way and your nifty is also going to look the same way. And nifty is something that we were tracking from a very long time because we saw it making too many highs on top and it was not breaking this resistance. We knew that it would come down and this would be the barrier. It might take a reversal. It has almost touched that, but it's taken a reversal already. Now we don't know if this is a dead cat bounce. So what is a dead cat bounce? Means it's a small bounce and then it will fall back again. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it should not fall back and it should start going up. But even if it starts consolidating in this phase, it is considered good. Why is it considered good? Because I'm very happy I can start accumulating shares at a very small value right now. Okay, cool, awesome. Let's look at how our small case is doing. Now this was the 50,000 small case that I had invested in. Now it doesn't look very scary. In fact, yesterday it looked even more, last week it looked even more scary, but now there's a slight pullback happening. Now look at this. I'm going to zoom in. Now this shows that the 50,000 small case has come down to 46,400 right now, which is almost a loss of 3,500 rupees and a total return of minus 7%. Oh my God. So now minus 7% loss means what do you do in this scenario? Most of the people will panic and sell. Number one. Okay. So I would suggest do not panic and sell. Number two, 7%. Let's look at what has affected the 7%, right? Why has it gone down by 7%? And now the market has started a pullback as well. So let's look at some of the reasons. Now, what are the things that have done well? Sumitomo Chemical has done well. Varun Beverages, even after such a bad up and down, this has done well. This has still sustained to give positive returns of 3.54. Make Money Organics and Sharda Cropchem are still in the positive. Prakash Pipes and Tata Chemicals, I would say slightly negative right now, but not very negative. But the ones that have really taken a hit are the last 5 ones, right? Now, I won't even look at the 10 to 12% because these will recover eventually. I'm looking at the very hurt ones, right? The one is Mindtree down by 20%. That means for this to recover, it has to go up by 25% for us to break even. And the second one is Electra Green Tech, which has already gone down by 22%. Now, the weightages, the way we have designed it is obviously in such a way that even if these two drag it down, it won't affect us too much, right? We have done an equi-weighted scheme. In fact, we have put less weightage on stuff like Electra Green Tech, right? So if you look at the weightage, it's only 3.61%. Whereas Mindtree has a slightly higher weightage, but I'm banking on the LTI merger story. So Mindtree is merging with LTI, which is Larsen & Toubro Infotech. So I'm going to wait for that merger to happen and see how we can play out on that scenario. So this I'm not going to touch for now, right? Tata Steel, not too worried about because Tata companies, to be honest, the way they're playing right now is amazing and they will do really well in the next few years. Angel One, slight correction has happened right now because we're going into a very slow mode right now. So there's a prediction that the number of active accounts will reduce. That might create an issue. Now let's look at some of the trends that are happening in this space. Now again, USD to INR has gone up really high, right? So if you look at USD right now, it is quite high right now. Now because of that, your IT companies again next few quarters will look well because of forex exchange. Because whenever the dollar rate is high, the IT companies will eventually do well. Another beautiful trend we are seeing right now, guys, is the chemical stocks that are again going to do a rally now. In the next few months, you will see chemical stocks doing really well. In fact, there are a few chemical companies, big ones, who are now getting into fluorination, which is where Naveen Fluorine is there. Right? So now they're getting into fluorination as well. So chemical space is going to do really well in the next few months, and hopefully one of these stocks will actually become an outperformer and do really well. Tata Motors also doing really well, will do really well going forward. And if you look at all the other stocks, we can still, I would say, hold and wait for this. So for all the people who are panicking, I would say please do not panic. I'm not panicking because I know this is something that can be recovered, and a few good quarters. And if you look at Nifty right now, right, where's Nifty? If Nifty starts bouncing back towards 18,000, I know my profitability will start coming back again, right? So I'm not too worried on this. We will overall, I'm looking at it from a 1 year timeline. 1 year timeline, matlab now we're in April. So I mean, we invested in April, so that means I'm going to look at somewhere in this time frame over here. This April is when I'm going to look at again this portfolio, and now we are here. So hopefully it should either go above this level. That is my logic. That if even if it goes above this level where we had invested in last month, then we are in profitability. Hopefully, because our stocks are also quite good. It's not like the stocks are bad. So we need a small cover up to happen, but over a span of 1 year, I just wanted to go up. And if we hit around 20,000 over a span of 1 year, or even 18,000 over a span of 6 months, we should be in golden position. Now, for all the people who have excess capital, what can you do? Then two people have taken super advantage of this situation. What do I mean by super advantage of this situation? One is that a lot of people have invested in the 50,000 small case much later. Okay, much later than the video. So what happened is automatically they got this entire thing at a very discounted rate. Right? Some people got it at even what 40,000 pe aspas, some people have bought it at. Beautiful, like you bought it at good rates. Now for all the people who hadn't invested in this, would it be a good time to look at this? Yes, it would still be a good time to look at this. For all the people who have excess capital, there are a few stocks that look really well. Let me come to that. One beautiful stock that I'm seeing is going down really fast. It has gone down and now it's making a nice pullback is DMart. Now DMart has a very good story for a long-term perspective, and this can be taken as a good sign here of it correcting a lot right now, and it's actually corrected very low, and that is why because it was so low, it started doing a bounce back. So DMart is actually a good pullback story. You can take a small bet on DMart here, right? Wherever, whatever the current market price is, you can take a small bet here and hopefully wait for a year until it hits 4,500 or 5,000, right? So DMart is very good currently. Now, another very interesting thing happened over the weekend. Online gaming and casinos and horse racing is going to attract 28% GST. Now, because this is going to attract 28% GST, which company gets affected the most? Delta Corp. Now, because this happened and this GST might kick in, which will de-incentivize people to actually start trading. If you look at Delta Corp, it has gone down by 5.9%, minus 5.9%. It did a massive drop today, straight going back into almost oversold territory, right? Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but I know this for a fact that if you look at the global online gaming casino industry, it is massive. And even if there is 28% GST, oh, I call these people Jiddi Juaris, right? These Juaris will not stop. Okay, even if it's 28%, if you want to bet, you will bet. Okay, whatever it is, because it is now you're addicted to it. So you will bet. It's like cigarettes. If you start smoking, you will keep smoking. So even if there's 28% tax, you will still continue to trade. So I would also look at this as a small opportunity, but I would want to wait for one more day to see how much this plays out, whether it will go down even more tomorrow. And if that happens, I would start accumulating small positions in this. But again, this is a long-term game because also it has a small monopolistic area over here. The third company that looks really interesting, I would say, is Tata Consumer Products, right? Now, Tata Consumer Products, again, I keep telling this a lot, I'm very bullish on Tata for the next decade, which is the next 10 years. Tata is doing the right place right now. I don't know if you're seeing it from a zoomed out perspective, but if you look at all the Tata companies, they're doing a really good play right now. So Tata Consumer is in discussion to buy up to 5 brands, and I am slightly bullish on Tata Consumer. We don't have it here in this in this portfolio, but if you want to add Tata Consumer in your portfolio right now, that is something that you can definitely think about. Okay, so as I told you, chemicals is going to do really well, number one. Apart from that, we see that metals already did their entire rally. Now they're slightly slowing down, but you can also start seeing IT stocks doing well again. And if you look at one IT stock, Persistent systems again hit that all-time low support and it's now bouncing back from it. This can also be a good trade opportunity. So if you want to add it into your portfolio, you can. But if you ask me, from the current small case, I wouldn't change it. If you have excess capital, I would add Tata Consumer Products and I would add DMart. Again, long-term story, not short-term story, right? So these two things is something that I would definitely try to take a call on for sure, right? ITC and all that, the trend is slowly going down, and now with the exports getting banned, I would not take a call. If you want to take a banking stock, ICICI Bank would be a banking stock that I would actually take. But apart from that, I would not venture too much into other stuff. Now, coming to the people who are very scared, okay, who cannot take such kind of volatility, who want something that is peaceful, who want something that is relaxed, don't want too much stress, you can invest in all-weather investing, which is Smallcase's free investing portfolio. Now, why do I say this is? Basically, this is low volatile, almost equal to index investing. It's very low volatile, and you can start investing in this if you are scared, because it's free and the minimum ticket amount is very cheap, right? It's 3,961 rupees. And what does it actually comprise of? If you go inside, you can see that it comprises a little bit of gold, which is 37% of gold, which gives you a hedge over here right now. It has equity, which is again around 35% of equity. So 35 gold, 35 equity, and approximately 26 into debt instruments, right? So if you want something which is slightly balanced so that you don't take too much stress, because all of this will be completely balanced, you can start investing in this if you don't like stress. If you like stress, then you can start investing in separate small cases like this. And there are other small cases where you can also go check out. So you can go check out those small cases as well in the discover section, right? So again, by the way, if you all-weather investing is also good for all the people, other guys who ask me, I would also go with top 100 and equity gold. These are for safe investments, right? Very, very, very safe investments. For PMS, there is a whole different game that I will talk to you later. Cool. So understood. So this month, in the month of May, we are not doing any adjustments because we are just doing a pullback rally. So we're going to see how the pullback rally plays out right now. So we're going to slightly wait for it. If I had to add, I would add DMart and I would add Tata Consumer to this right now, right? 10,000, nothing yet. I'm going to wait on this. We're going to wait for another month and see what happens in the month of June and see if something we need to adjust something or not. But apart from that, nothing else. Okay. And for all the people who are scared, you can do all-weather investing. Cool. Coming back. So guys, every month we will keep reviewing this. The main idea of this small case is, again, as I said, not to make money for myself, because that is not something I'm looking at. This main agenda of here is two things, right? One, to understand the human psychology while going through this entire journey for 1 year. All the people who went with me with this journey for last 1 year understood the different levels and ups and downs, right? So now, congratulations, we have experienced a nice bottom. And if you have survived and you have said, you know what, let's just wait it out, you will see the magic of patience, right? So all I would say is just wait, be patient. Eventually the stock market has to go up because your world economy has to go up. So eventually it will go up. So all you need to do is time, and patience is something that you have to keep in your pocket. So I would just say, have some patience, have some faith, and we will learn. This is an experiment, so we will learn this journey across time, and we will see what happens next April 2023, where we are standing. What's the worst that can happen? There's only 2-3 outcomes. Either we don't make any money, which is sad. Either we beat the benchmark index, which is great. Either we don't beat the benchmark index, the benchmark itself is negative, and we are also sitting at a negative position. What do we do there? Wait. Again wait. Okay, we'll just wait for now. So there's only 3 outcomes. So first put in your head, there's only 3 outcomes. Your money is not going to go to zero. So calm down, relax, and let's see what happens next week. Okay. So this is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye.